Hi everyone, my name's Gemma Lee and I'm the owner of Gemma Redmond Vintage. I'm here today with you on a Thursday for a little change as I'm away from tomorrow for a short weekend break, and I'm going to share with you some recent additions to the Gemma Redmond Vintage collection. All of these pieces will be arriving online from next Monday. However, if you'd like to find out more about any of them, please do send me a message and I can provide you with lots of details and images. You're also welcome to make a purchase if you would like to do so too. Well, without further ado, let's get started. I've 6 pieces to share with you today. The collection is small but perfectly formed. I'll begin by sharing with you what I'm wearing, and I'll start with this really pretty and elegant choker. This choker dates from the Art Deco era and it's constructed from celluloid, as you can probably tell. At the centre there is a cameo design represented in celluloid, a classical figure depicted in profile with lots of curls on top of her head. The celluloid is creamy in colour for the cameo motif, and then this celluloid has a sort of marbled effect. It's a mixture of reds and browns and greens. It's really interesting and has a lot of depth to it. So I'll just put my hair up so you get an idea of how the choker sits. You can see it's not quite a choker. It's not a high piece. It just sits really nicely just at the base here of the neck. And I'll unclip it for you so you can have a closer look at it off. There we go. So as you can see, the celluloid doesn't extend for the full length of the choker. I'll just do that so you can actually see the cameo design at the centre. The celluloid then turns into a band of grosgrain ribbon, and it has a clasp on it here which is adjustable, so the choker can be made longer. I have it on the shortest length for you, but it can be made longer. This catch here is constructed from rolled gold. And then you have the catch on the other end here, which is stamped rolled gold, and this is at the end of some ribbon too. And then it just pushes in like so. You give it a push to fasten the choker. So it is extendable. It can be made larger as well, this piece. As you can see, it's really evocative of the Art Deco era. Okay, next let's move on to the earrings that I'm wearing today. These earrings date from the Victorian era. As you can see, they are really a classic pair of drop earrings, and because of their black and white colours, they're perfect for wearing with anything and everything. Those of you in the know will be able to see that these earrings are detailed with 2 banded agate beads. These banded agate drops are in perfect condition, and they're also on their original hooks from the Victorian era too, which makes them rather special indeed. I'll just take them off and hold them up so you can get a closer look at the design. There we go. They're really high shine too, these earrings. They're beautifully polished and really are a great example of banded agate jewellery. Here we go. Okay, next I will show you the bracelet that I have on a little later on. Let's move on to this rather wonderful Art Deco brooch, so typical of its period, geometric in design and in the stones used, because it's detailed in sections with baguette cut paste stones, which are really typical of the Art Deco era. The rest of the brooch is also set with colourless round paste stones too, and it's constructed from silver. It has a lot of depth to it, this piece. As you can see, it's quite 3D and stands proud, and it's on the reverse here inside it is stamped 935 somewhere, but very, very small. The fastening pin is nice and long and secures really well too. I'll just hold it up to my dress so you can see. This dress I'm wearing is a navy blue, and paste always looks fabulous worn on really deep navy blue colours, as you can see. Here it is held up here if you would like to perhaps wear it at the top of a buttoned up white shirt or a denim shirt. That would look great too. Okay, let's move on to some more Victorian pieces. So this Victorian piece is rather sensational. It's constructed from black Vauxhall glass, sometimes known as French jet, and you can see it's a rather large Maltese cross design. We can date this because of the Maltese cross design and because of the Vauxhall glass. We can date this to around the early 1800s, early to mid 1800s. This is particularly because Lady Emma Hamilton, so Horatio Nelson's mistress, she was presented with a Maltese cross at the beginning of the 1800s, and when she started wearing her Maltese cross, this sparked a real fashion for other ladies to wear them in their jewellery too. So this was perhaps worn by an avid follower of fashion during the early 1800s. It's lovely and statement, and would be perfect for suspending from a chain, or perhaps a velvet black ribbon, either worn as a choker. As you can see, I have it just here. That would look great. I'll just open my shirt a bit more so you can see it worn against the skin, or as a lower pendant. It's really quite a versatile piece. Here's the reverse. It's in really fabulous condition too. There are a couple of nibbles to the edges of the Vauxhall glass, but this is very common. This is obviously around 200 years old, so it's going to see some signs of age or wear in places. Next, another really interesting early piece. This is a Victorian hair work ring. This is a piece of mourning jewellery. It was very common for Victorians to fashion the hair of their loved ones into jewellery. Most often we see the hair preserved in brooch form or perhaps bracelet form. It's a little bit more unusual to see it in ring form, and more unusual to see it in ring form and still be in excellent condition in the present day. The hair has been woven to create a band, as you can see. And then at the centre a plaque has been placed, which is probably constructed from gold-plated metal, and it's been engraved with the initials of the loved one, which are K and G. I'll just pop it on so you get an idea of how it looks worn. There you go. You can see it's a really sweet and elegant way of memorialising this person, and it's a real piece of history that could still be worn and enjoyed today. And next we have my final set of pieces. This is a set dating from the late 1950s, and it was created by Schiaparelli, the American costume jewellery company, named after the famed designer Elsa Schiaparelli. First, as part of the set, is this wonderful bracelet. You can see it almost has a sort of cornucopia-like shapes detailed at their centres with aurora borealis rhinestones, and this design goes right the way around the length of the bracelet. You can see here the bracelet fastens with a fold-over clasp and features a safety chain too. On the reverse of this clasp is the Schiaparelli stamp. So I'll leave this on and show you the rest of the set. Next we have this necklace, which also features the cornucopia-like designs with the aurora borealis rhinestones at the centre. The necklace is marked Schiaparelli on the reverse here too. And this necklace is adjustable in length. As you can see, there's an open link chain to give it lots of room to expand or contract. I'll sort of put it on the middle length to give you an idea of where it would sit and how it would look on. As you can see, it's fabulous. It's so stylish. It's a little bit Egyptian revival, Cleopatra-esque in look too, but it's really great, as you can see here, one with the bracelet too. Next we have the matching earrings. These are also detailed with aurora borealis rhinestones. Each piece, I should mention, is gold plated, and the earrings are signed on the reverse of the clips too. So I'll pop these in. Here we go, and I'll just hold my hair up so you get an idea of how they look. So just to recap, we have this wonderful late 1950s Schiaparelli jewellery set, so stylish. We have this late Georgian, early Victorian Vauxhall glass Maltese cross. This important, rare, interesting, collectible Victorian hairwork ring. This Art Deco silver brooch. These Victorian agate earrings. And this 1920s celluloid choker. That's my selection for this week. Thanks so much for joining me again, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye.